This is Courage Barbell, and I'm your host, Chad Ikes. Today, we're talking about feelings. Feelings in training. Feelings in powerlifting. Let me start by saying the weight doesn't care about your feelings. The weight is an inanimate object. You can feel like you want to get that lift. You can feel like maybe you don't feel like lifting. You can get butthurt if you don't get the lift. You can go to the gym every day and feel like you're going to have the best session of your life. You can feel like you want to do an exercise. You can feel like that exercise is cool. You can feel like you want to train like so-and-so. The weight doesn't care. And what that means, what that translates into, is you need to train with your mind. You need to train using your logic, your brain, your intelligence. Don't train based on your feelings. It's just going to lead you down a bad path. I will say, and I'll talk about this a little bit later on, you can use feelings, but they're like a supplement. They're enhancing. You have to have the foundation first. Listen, if you want to get strong, you need to train smart. You need to train consistent. You need to be in it for the long haul. You need to understand that strength takes time. There's apparently these huge misconceptions I see in people who never seem to make the gains as fast as they want. And it's always going to be that way, but you need to have realistic goals. You're not going to bench 500 pounds after a year of training. You're not going to squat 800 pounds after a year of training. It's going to take years. I did my first 3-lift meet at the age of 29. I totaled 1,700 pounds. 10 years later, I broke 2,700. That's 10 years. It doesn't happen overnight. And if you want to train by your feelings, it's going to take you longer than that. One of my great pet peeves is when people pick training programs based on emotions. Hey, this guy's really cool, man. I look up to him. I want to be like him, so I'm going to train like him. That's emotions. What logic and intelligently makes you think you can train like him? I'm going to use the example of Chuck Vogelpohl, who was a guy that I always looked up to. I loved it when I finally got to compete on the same stage with him. I consider me and him probably two of the most intense lifters you're ever going to see. But you know what? Chuck is very strong up here. He's got a really good recovery rate. And hardly anyone I know can actually train with Chuck and keep up with him and make gains. Most people are going to overtrain. There's no way in hell I could train anywhere near like Chuck. It would beat me into the ground. Am I happy saying that? No, it sucks. I'd love to be able to train that hard. I'd love to be able to train all the time. But I can't. That's the facts. The facts are my sleep is a train wreck. The facts are my recovery is not that great. I don't have this huge athletic ability. I don't have these great genetics. But you know what? I did pretty damn good with what I do have based on training with my mind. I see people all the time, especially with this whole new Instagram thing. And I got another good video about this coming up soon. So please subscribe to this channel, like this channel, share this channel, hit that little alert button so that you know when the new videos come out. I see this all the time in social media, though. These people, they get on there and, that exercise looks cool, man. I want to try that exercise. They don't even know what the hell the exercise is for. They don't know where to put it into their program. They barely know what muscles it works or how to actually perform it. It's like, oh, that one looks cool. That's new. I want to do that. Why? Why? Do you know what it works? Do you know what it's for? Is that one of your weak points you got to build up? Is that somewhere you need to do it? Where you got to put it into your program? I don't know. I just saw so-and-so do it, and I really like him, so I'm going to do that exercise. The weights don't care about your feelings. Period. Another one is when people come into the gym and they want to, oh, I've had a bad day. I want to train so hard. And they're warming up and everything feels like shit. And like their body's telling them, hey, you probably shouldn't do this today. No, I'm pissed off and I'm mad and I want to train. So they train hard. They have a shitty session. And then they're pissed off the rest of the next 3 days because they had that shitty session. They didn't hit what they wanted to hit. It's training with emotions. Listen to your body. If you listen to your body logically with your mind, it'll tell you what it needs to do. Then you have guys that go on one of those programs and it doesn't work. And lo and behold, 3 weeks, because 3 weeks will tell you how good every program is. There's no reason to do any more than 3 weeks. Like if you don't get super strong in 3 weeks, that program sucks. Come on, man. I sound like President Biden. This is the stuff about strength training that frustrates me, is all these misconceptions people have. Strength training takes time. It's going to take time. Okay? If you're trying a new program, you have to give that program enough time to actually change it, to let it change you and see if it's going to work. I've had clients that quit with me after a month because they're like, well, I'm not stronger. I'm like, well, when you came in, I told you, your technique sucks. We're going to spend months fixing your technique and fixing your horrible weak areas, and then you're going to start making these good jumps. And in the long run, you're going to be way ahead of where you were. But they can't. They let their emotions get in the way. I'm getting weak. You're not getting weak. Like I've actually had people, I can sit down and prove to them what's going on, and they're like, well, no, I'm weaker. Like, no, I just gave you facts. Like, look at these different exercises where you all got stronger. But your technique sucks, so it's not transferring into here yet. And then I have people that are like, they quit, and I'm like, well, why did you even start training with me? Like, you want to quit me and go back to what you were doing. Why did you see me in the first place? Like, apparently what you were doing didn't work. And you were looking for something better. And you come to me because it didn't work. Now you want to stop with me and go back to what you were doing because now all of a sudden you think it works, when before you didn't think it worked. And first of all, is you didn't give me enough time to fix every damn thing you have wrong, which usually is a lot. I mean, most people, very rarely does somebody come to me and I'm like, dude, come on, let's start getting stronger. It's like, no, hey, we got to fix this. We got to fix this. You have horrible weak points. Your mobility sucks. Your flexibility sucks. Like, we have to fix all these other things before we can really start hammering on the strength portion of this. But they let their feelings get in the way instead of looking at it logically, even when I explain it to them logically. Then you have people that have higher expectations for what's going to happen. Like that, oh, in 2 weeks, I should totally know. I should be way stronger in 2 weeks. It's not going to happen. And I know trainers that actually play off of this, and they will do things to get somebody stronger right off the bat. And then those same people will stick with him for 3 years and make hardly any gains. Because they got that little bit of emotion, and that trainer can go back and go, well, yeah, you remember me, we gained that right away. Well, it's a year later. How much have you gained then? This strength training is very fun. It's fun to me. I've done it my whole life. I'll do it my whole life. But you've got to keep the logic in mind. You got to know that this is the long haul. If you do it right and set yourself up, you're going to make the better gains, but those gains are going to be down the road a little bit better. And you're going to stay safer. You're going to stay healthier, so that when you're in your mid 30s, when you really start hitting your prime, now you're set up to really make those gains. This is not This is not a sprint. It's a damn marathon. Now, back to the emotional part. I think the emotions can be used. If it's a true max effort day and you need a max effort day, you can use those emotions to pull more out of yourself and pull more out of your body. But you have to have had that base logic training in so that your body knows what it needs to do, and it's habit. Now you can pump a little more adrenaline up and look for all that extra stuff. And that's where it comes in a meet. And so these people that want to, I need to train to control my anger. I need to train to deal with life, which was me for a long, long time. But I didn't make the gains till I started getting more logical. You can't train with that kind of emotion. Now, if you go, well, why I like emotion? I like lifting. This is fun. Okay, you know what's really fun? You want to know what's really, really fun? And I can tell you this for certain. Breaking a world record. Winning a national championship, breaking a state record, winning a state meet. Winning is fun. Putting up numbers that no one else has ever done, that's fun. That makes it all worth it. And in our coddled society right now, people don't understand that the more work you put in, the better the reward is. The better that feeling is. And I'm going to have for the rest of my life, I'm going to know what that feels like. On my deathbed, I'm still going to remember some of my biggest lifts, some of my biggest competitions, doing things that nobody else could do, doing things that people thought were impossible. That's fun. So we need to step back, and it's hard. It's easy to be emotional. We're human beings. Sometimes we need to step back from that platform and use our logic and use our mind. Push our emotions to the side for a bit and go, wait a minute, I need to look at this logically. I need to look at all these perspectives, and I need to really come down. If you're starting to get pissed off and upset in your training because you're not making the gains you want, that's when you go to that logic and go, wait a minute, what am I just not seeing what's actually happening? Let me take my emotions out of it and look at this logically. Am I making better gains than it feels like? Or if I'm not, then what do I need to do to make those gains? Stop thinking emotionally, stop training emotionally, stop looking for exercises and training programs emotionally. The weights don't care about your feelings. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Hopefully I'll be able to shoot a couple more videos and get them up posted today. Please like the channel, subscribe to the channel, help me out. I got tons and tons of knowledge that I want to share with you guys. It's just trying to find the time, and with other jobs and everything, and I'm trying to figure all this out. But I want to help everybody make the gains they want, make them stronger. I want everybody to have those emotional feelings, but those emotional feelings are going to happen by being successful. It's the training under logic that's going to bring that. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good day.